Is Ohio safe? Today we're going to talk about crime rates and cities to watch. So if you are thinking about relocating to Ohio or even just visiting, you're probably wondering, how safe is it? The answer isn't black and white. On the surface, Ohio's crime rate sits below the national average when it comes to violent crime. According to recent data, Ohio sees about 2.9 violent crimes per 1,000 residents, which is notably lower than the 4.8 average across the United States. But like most states, the crime in Ohio really depends where you are. Some neighborhoods are incredibly safe, while others are facing serious challenges with property crimes, violent offenses, and drug and gun related issues. Hi, I'm Rhonda with Comey & Shepherd Realtors. I've been a full-time realtor here in the Cincinnati area for the past 10 years, and I've lived in Ohio my entire life. I've lived in a few different areas. I've also worked in some areas that were outside of where I lived. I'm no stranger to most parts of Ohio. Let's dive right in and learn more. Urban versus suburban. It makes a difference. Larger cities like Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Toledo tend to experience higher crime rates than their surrounding suburbs. That's not unusual. Most major metro areas around the country show the same trend. But what's the key takeaway? While Ohio feels relatively safe, certain pockets definitely see more criminal activity than others. So whether you're moving or just planning a visit, it's a good idea to know which areas to approach with caution. So we're going to cover the top 10 most dangerous cities in Ohio. Now, these rankings are based on the latest data from the FBI's National Incident-Based Reporting System, which tracks incidents per 1,000 residents. Keep in mind that some of these cities have smaller populations, which means a few bad months can really start to skew the data. So still, it's helpful to know where trouble tends to concentrate. So we're going to start at number 10, Springfield, Ohio. Springfield is located on I-70 between Dayton and Columbus. Probably heard it in the news during the presidential debate last year. Currently, it records 32.56 crimes per 1,000 residents, making it one of the most dangerous cities in Ohio. A mix of violent and property crime, especially car thefts. It keeps Springfield on the radar. Fortunately, local nonprofits are working to engage youth and invest in outreach programs aimed at long-term change. At number 9, Akron. It's a smaller area south of Cleveland. Akron experiences 32.9 incidents per 1,000, with the University District seeing the most activity. Assaults and robberies are more common here, but Akron is actively working on its community policing strategies to improve safety and build trust. Number 8, Napoleon. I don't think I've ever been to Napoleon, but it is just west of Toledo. And this is a smaller city. The crime rate is 35.98 per 1,000 residents. While the numbers are lower than major metros, its small population skews the data. Napoleon focuses heavily on community outreach to reduce low-level crime and maintain strong resident police relationships. At number 7, Warren. Now, this is not like Warren County near Cincinnati. It's Warren, Ohio. It is an actual city, and it's located northwest of Youngstown. Now, it sees about 38.25 crimes per 1,000 residents, with most incidents involving property crime, particularly car break-ins, which I know have just exploded over the past few years. The city is also keeping an eye on increased drug-related activity and has launched a task force to curb its rise. At number 6, Moraine. Now this is a Dayton suburb and it sits right on I-75, not far from the University of Dayton, and it comes in at 41.27 crimes per 1,000 residents. While this area is relatively small and a lot of commercial activity is going on in this area, Moraine has seen spikes in theft and assault. However, expanded security measures like installing more public cameras have led to fewer nighttime break-ins. So that's good. At number 5, Lima. Also an I-75 city, Lima posts about 47.68 incidents per 1,000 people, with steady property crime like larceny and burglary, along with growing concerns about youth violence. Community police partnerships are focusing on youth programs to provide better alternatives for teens. At number 4, Mansfield. This is located more in north central Ohio. Its big claim to fame is the Ohio State Reformatory. It was featured in the film The Shawshank Redemption. So at 48.01 crimes per 1,000 residents, Mansfield deals with drug-related offenses and vehicle theft in particular. In response, the city is increasing patrols and improving lighting in high-crime areas to create safer public spaces. At number 3, Toledo. Now, Toledo is located about an hour south of the Canadian border at Windsor and Detroit, Michigan. It is in the northernmost part of the state, again, on I-75. This is a big major corridor. So Toledo's 56.42 crimes per 1,000 include a mix of violent and property crimes. Car thefts and aggravated assaults are frequent, particularly near the riverfront. Still, ongoing development efforts aim to revitalize some of the city's more troubled neighborhoods. All right, number 2, Canton. South of Akron, Canton sees 56.65 crimes per 1,000 people, driven by high rates of burglary and theft, often connected to economic hardship in parts of the area. The police have rolled out community patrols to increase visibility, but the numbers remain high for now. Drum roll, please. At number 1, Cleveland. Cleveland tops the list with a staggering 63.94 incidents per 1,000 residents. That is almost double Springfield. So wide range here in Ohio. Violent assaults and robberies are concentrated in downtown and east side areas. While property crimes are also high, it's worth noting that Cleveland is a very large city. So there are some neighborhoods that see tremendous growth and others that are still facing uphill battles. But what makes a city dangerous? Well, when we talk about the most dangerous cities in Ohio, we're usually looking at a mix of violent crime rates, like assault, robbery, property crime rates, burglary, larceny, car theft, population density, also economic challenges, which I know we see in a lot of these towns like Moraine and Springfield, where they were big manufacturing towns and many of those manufacturing jobs left. But then you also have police presence and community engagement. Now, these rankings are not meant to scare you, but to help you make informed decisions if you're planning a move or looking to invest, or simply just want to understand some of the dynamics of Ohio cities. If you are considering a move, it's all about doing your research, understanding the neighborhoods, and partnering with someone who knows the areas well. If you're looking to relocate to Ohio, how do these stats compare to where you are now? What are your biggest concerns? Please tell me in the comments below. I would love to work with you and help you find out where you belong here in the Ohio area. We want to find the right city or neighborhood that fits your lifestyle and your safety expectations. Thanks for joining me, and make sure that you check out this video to learn more about living in Ohio.